Hey, what's going on? This is Andre from OnlySanders.net. Why wouldn't you want to be the best version of you? This is something I got listening to three self-made millionaires who were just talking really about learning, and they were, well, two out of three were interviewing, well, I should say two of them were interviewing one of the particular millionaires. His name is Orrin Woodward, and they were going through one part of his house, and it was the library section. It was just amazing just to see all the books that he had. Years ago I kind of been like rolling my eyes or whatever, but now that personally I've been really getting into personal development. It's really just working on investing in myself. He mentioned that. He mentioned that as far as that the number one thing as far as anything in business and life and relationships is really just to just go and invest in yourself. And people choose not to do so. This is somebody who, if I'm not mistaken, if I heard correctly, he reads, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 6 hours a day. Now some people might say, oh, I don't have 6 hours a day. Well, what about, this little time, since it's maybe 15 minutes a day, maybe 30 minutes a day? I know personally, I've been reading at least 30 minutes a day the last 3.5 years right now. And it just really just helps your thinking because you start to go in challenge stage. You start to question things. You don't always get influenced by things or people, but you might go to the source of wherever the information they got it from. Not saying they're bad people or the source is bad, but it never hurts to just go and just simply question things. If you want to be the best version of yourself, for anything from your own health, like I just mentioned, from health, relationships, fitness, the list goes on and on and on. But a lot of people just don't seem to do that. And unfortunately, that's the reason why they're in that 97th percentile, while the ones that are, the very successful, like I just mentioned with the three self-made millionaires, that's what happens, and it's funny because, the two other millionaires were going through his house. They were like, okay, they were talking about, okay, his backyard, he had a yacht, he had 9 acres. Okay, that's all good and all. And one person made up a good point as far as like people will say that's valuable. Oh man, all this is valuable. He had a pool, obviously in the back of his house. That was valuable. But what really was valuable is what Orrin chose to do was just to go and continue just to read and to just be of service. That's something that you mentioned too, because when you go and start to really work on your thinking, there's another thing he mentioned too, as far as when you change the way you think, you can also change those around you as far as have an impact on them. Not saying that you can change them, but you can also change your life. That's what he meant. When you change the way you think, you can change your life. And this goes to this something as simple as choosing to read. I know I've listened to also in the follow people in the personal development space, people in the business space as well, and those the two particular. I'm not going to mention the names. I have really a lot of respect for them. But it's something I picked up on as far as they mentioned as far as they don't like to read that much. That's cool, but it's funny because I mentioned this in the previous videos in the past that Grant Cardone, who's a marketer, mentioned that the 88% of the wealthy read at least 30 minutes a day. So being consistent as far as what you choose to do in something is something as simply as this reading. I know personally I'll be able to just go past them down the road. And I know it's coming. And it's not anything to brag about or whatsoever. It's not anything to give myself a pat in the back. It's just interesting because when you do choose to truly invest in yourself, you listen to the people of success, read the books of people of success, listen to the principles as well, and read the principles. Even though they might be saying the same things, too, the gap starts to widen for who you used to hang around with. So if you want to be the best version of yourself, go and do something what Tony Robbins mentioned as far as model those of people of success, as far as the behaviors, as far as what is it that they're doing, what are the language patterns that what he or she are saying, and how did they do that. And that's another thing that Orrin Woodward mentioned as well, as far as the success principles, as far as what successful people have done, because there's wisdom behind that, because as far as what they did to get there. So something I wanted to leave you with, because again, all that does fall in place as far as wanting to be the better version of you. It just comes down to if you want to or not. So if you got value for what was shared here, I'd love to read your comments below. I'd like to say this video. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video.